So a couple things that I thought about that were in the room that the ex-manager felt the need to violate a legal and binding contract concerning and pack up and throw outside anyways. Even though that was completely illegal, and he was notified that I would be back to get my stuff within my 30 days. So what I did have that he had to remove the evidence of is I had hung up space blankets between the walls of the closets of the roommates that had jammers, scalers perhaps, illegal electronic surveillance, electronic harassment and assault pointed at me from those rooms. So I had space blankets hung up on the walls between the rooms and my room. And then also the rest of the drink that I had that night that the police were called and they tried to falsely frame me. I had poured the rest of that drink. It was full of dead bugs, bees, and other flying insects the next morning. It was crown apple, cranberry juice, and whatever else they were putting in my drinks. But I had put that in a gallon container and I had labeled it that was the rest of my drink, with all the dead bugs in it. That was the rest of my drink from that night before, which would have been August 14th, I believe it was that night. It was a Sunday night when the whole thing went down. Shots being fired at me from a field, and then the cops called, and then them trying to press charges and blame me for something when I was upstairs, tried to blame me for a fiasco that happened down below when I was actually upstairs in my room. So anyways, that was also, he was able to throw that away and pour it down the sink, the rest of that drink from that night. But I had previously already told the cops in Three Forks about knowing that my food and drink was being poisoned there due to the symptoms I was having and throwing it up, when it was stuff I wouldn't typically throw up and hadn't had that much to drink, throw up, and been a whiskey drinker, here and there for a good amount of time. So I knew a couple of shots of whiskey or a few shots of whiskey wasn't going to cause me to vomit. And my dog was also throwing up as well. So anyways, that was part of the evidence that he had to hide.